Guys, it has been a very, very trying week for me. And and I was just like so shocked for words of what was going on that I didn't know what to say. I did not feel like God had left me or anything like that. Let me tell you guys something. That's fine. Let me tell you guys something. Just because some things happen, good morning, Janika. Just because some things happen in your life does not mean God has left you. Okay? Sometimes we go through things and people want to automatically say, oh, this happened to me, or this happened to me, this happened to me. Okay? God has not left you. Sometimes what we do is we start thinking that we are in command of everything. You understand what I'm saying? You thinking, oh, I pray to God, so whatever I say and whatever I do, it will be. We wish everything was as serious as that. I mean, as simple as that. That would be the greatest, simplest thing. Now, we sat here, and when we came here at first, I said that we were not going to talk about Kanika Jenkins, Kanika Martin, or however and whomever you would like to express her name as. Well, when you look at it and you say, I am that girl, I saw that girl was me. I went through so many things, incest, from my father to my cousin to my other people that was around, friends of family, everything like that. And then you feel like, then, okay, so we screaming now, justice, 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 justice. We want justice for her. You don't want justice for her. You want justice for yourself. I didn't say anything was wrong with that. I did not say anything was wrong with that. Because now, not only do you have people who have been through inappropriate things, but you got some people who put themselves out there and said, you know what? So you won't hurt my sister or my brother. Do it to me. I'll take it. Do it to me. Good morning, Brenda. How's everything? Do it to me. I'll take the pain. Lord, I don't have strength or something, but I'll take that pain. And we did it when we was younger, and we did it because out of love. We knew how much it will hurt. We did not care about that. We cared about those people, those our little brothers or sisters or cousins or friends. That's who we cared about. Any day, anytime, anywhere, you would say, throw me to the wolves. If I got to be out there and I got to die, I'll do it. If it's for that, I'll die. But when it comes to those people that you are close to, you try to do the same for them. It's hurtful as you grow up and you see people turn to a certain lifestyle because of things that can happen to them as they grew up. You see people who was telling their parents about the stuff that was going on, and they either got a whooping, got cussed out, or told that they were going to leave. They were called liars. Every time somebody seen them, oh, don't believe nothing she says. She's a liar. Or he's a liar. As we have went through this, and all this has evolved, if you have started opening your eyes, you have seen some things. Now, like I said, it wasn't yesterday, but it was the day before yesterday. And somebody attacked me. Could I be making this up? Let's see. And you know what, guys? I'm going to say it like this. Before, I had kind of blamed myself because I said, well, maybe if I didn't say this, maybe if I didn't say that, then it wouldn't have happened. You see all those bruises on my arms, blood down my neck, bruises all up my other arm. Somebody that I loved did this to me. It hurts to say it. Somebody I love did this to me. And you know what I said? I apologized to him. I apologized to him. I don't I don't need a restraining order. I don't need any of that. The only thing that I need is God. In that same day, when I had to go and ask somebody very close to me to take me to the hospital, when they took me to the hospital, they went to start cursing me out as well. And so you would say, well, why? Yeah, it left me hurt because I never would think that these people would ever want to cause me harm. And as you see from the photos, that don't look like somebody who didn't want to cause me harm. I am sharing this story with you guys because I'm letting you guys know right now that we go through things in life. The devil is busy. As I reach out to people and more people come and they're able to say, you know, these things happen to me. This is not something that I'm able to get over. This had been happening to me until I was 18, 19. I'm 30 something right now. I don't feel like I can live a right life because of what I went through. I can't have a successful relationship because something that a person did to me. I cannot continue to grow with God because I am still sick and hurt from all these malicious, nasty things that these people have done to me. Let me tell you guys something right now. The justice, and another thing, I didn't think about, oh, he had did this to me. I did think about for a second, let me call the police, because actually police came to me and everything was caught on cameras from the street. But what I thought about was that this man will lose everything. Everything. And you said, and you probably say right now, he need to. He do something like that, he needs to. You know what? What's worse than any person that I've been saying to you guys for a long time, you know what's worse than any type of police person, something that if I told my father, please believe, my father would go and get his little gun and he would go and find where he was at. I don't need my daddy to be in jail. I don't need none of my family members to be, because they not going to care who see and how see it. But I don't need that. Because you know what's worse than anything else? God's wrath. Now, if you don't have that belief in God yet, and if you don't feel deep in your heart that God will relieve you, and he will answer all things, then you need to call on God just a tad bit more. Okay? Yesterday, when I put he won, oh, I was, no, 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 no. That was not yesterday. That was the day everything actually happened after I woke up. But guess what? Hmm. There was a message to go with that. Just because you are under God's he has you does not mean that devil, Satan, Lucifer, all his followers is not going to come, and they not going to come hard. And what did I tell you that they were going to come for? They were coming for the people that's close to you. They're going to get through for the people that you love. They're going to come through the people that they know. They're going to come to the people that they know if they do something, it's going to really break you down. It's going to break you down. It's going to break you down. We're still on here. We are looking for justice for Kanika Martin. But the thing is, are we really looking for justice for her? Or are we looking for justice for ourselves? Do every time we see that person, it make you sick to the stomach? Or somebody started talking about that person? I'm going to tell you another story. When I was little, everybody had that nasty cousin. Everybody got that nasty cousin or friend that come and do and mess with everybody in the house when they go to sleep. So let's fast forward to maybe 20 years down the line. So now, 20 years down the line, that same cousin, the same stuff comes up. But now it's not one of his first cousins, it's one of the cousin's daughters. And I was so appalled because everybody was like, he be trying to help them and doing this, and they turn around and they do something like that. That make you want to take things into your own hands, right? When you see and what all this did was it brought back a lot of things that you had put in the back of your mind, that you wasn't going to allow it to mess with you anymore, that you had talked to God about, and you said, God, I don't want to revisit this no more. I want to just keep on going and act like this didn't happen. But as you grow, as you see those same things happening, those same people doing those same things, then that's where we want to start blaming. I didn't say stating facts. I said start blaming and seeing what type of life that they should have and how many people they got on. They looking at these people and you can see what they still doing. Because the same thing that they was doing when you was little was the same thing that they're doing now. They're just doing it and it got a little bit better because guess what? They probably got a better job now. So now that they can bribe people just a little bit more. And these days, what you see, everybody in name brand clothes, they hair done and stuff like that. So those are ways to get to little girls or little boys. And now no one feels as justice have been done. You are never going to feel like Kanika Martin Jenkins never got any justice. Why? Because you and her are two of a kind. You and her are two of a kind. A lot of people, when they seen that baby in that freezer, they seen themselves. When the dirt started coming out more, what she was doing, you didn't see her. You seen yourself. And everybody was so pissed at her mother because they did not see her mother. They seen whoever that authoritative figure was in their life, that when they did say something about it, that person called them a liar, or that person said, get out of my face with that, I don't want to hear that, or we know how things go. So as we're sitting here and we're saying, what's justice, what's justice, what's justice, how can we get justice for this little girl, when in all actuality the question should be, how can you get justice for yourself? What will make you feel like justice is done? Somebody going to jail? Maybe your family members beating that person up. You wishing death upon that person. See, and then we go back again to be careful what comes out your mouth. Because just as you putting those things out about that person, it comes back to you. You are not a judge, only God. Even the judicial system, only God. In Texas, they had to go back and let so many people go because back in the day, they didn't have DNA. So when DNA finally came available to them, and all these cases came up, and they did all these DNA samples, they had to let people that had been in jail 40, 50, 60 years go because they had falsely accused them from the blaming. They did that. As we go through life, things are put in front of us. This thing that I just went through, at first, I was ready to give up everything. Not gonna even lie. I was like, I went back to my old self. I'm so messed up that maybe this should have happened to me. My first thing was I was apologizing. Why do I apologize to somebody for beating me up? But at the end of the day, God has the last word. For what happened to me, the only thing that I can do is pray for both of those people. Just like now, we have so many people that has went through so many horrific, cruel, disgusting things. Some of us even think that because we allow these things to happen to us, that we protected our siblings or our younger cousins or something. Then as you grew older, come to find out, it was still happening. It was still going on. And to this day, this incest, this rape, these inappropriate things are still happening. But what has happened? Now society kind of put it around like they make you more acceptable to intake that. Now, with Kanika, if we would have heard she got raped and her mother found her, they took her to the hospital, and she'll be okay. What would have been the scenario then? She still would have been traumatized for life because what happened to her was very cruel and inhumane. Those things that happen to people, God said, don't turn your head, sound off loudly. I did not say, once again, he should die or this should happen. That's not your decision, it's God's. At the end of anything and everything that happens to us, everything at the end of the day is about God and what he decides to do. I do know that it's very hurtful that someone would take something so precious from you. Someone would take your innocence, and then in turn, you turn around and continue to give them your innocence. You continue to give them your innocence, so you feel like you're helping someone else. I'm here to tell you right now, the most that we can do for people is pray. Stop trying to take matters into your own hands. When you try to do something like, once again, this situation, I was trying to make somebody love me. I I didn't ask God for anything. I put it in my own hands. When you go and you start putting things in your own hands without asking God, then you are setting yourself up for failure. It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow. It may be 10 years from now. But God sees and take care of all that dark, all that deceit. It comes to light. And let me tell you something. Even if you have fell into darkness because of the things that you have been through, you can come out of that darkness. That's why God has given us mercy and grace. Those people in these days, couples, that's what's happening. When you see those little things on TV, yeah, somebody might say, I made that up. But guess what? It came from somewhere. That justice you're looking for, that lies with God. That justice you're looking for yourself and for that baby, God says he got you. He said he'll take care of you. Now, when it comes to something like you trying to explain your story to someone, you trying to make them see what you're seeing. You trying to let them see from where you're seeing so they could understand that hurt. They can understand that pain. They can understand those things. You're trying to let them see those things. But some people, they don't really care. Things have changed so much these days. That compassion, that sympathy, that empathy, people don't have anymore because this the social media has desensitized so many different situations that you be like, somebody else died. Yeah, people get ready. It's always something. Don't go off of what men say. Don't go off of what somebody told you about your situation. So you should feel like I shouldn't say nothing. They want you to feel embarrassed. They don't want you to say, "Hey, this happened to me." They like it because that dark that they have, that dark that they forced on you, they making they make you keep it in the dark. Some people say, "Oh, can't nobody make you do anything." That's true. That's very true. But guess what? We are flesh. We are human. We are people. So we are going to feel that way. When some things happen to some people, like my situation, I feel like I'm the one to blame because that's just myself personally. Yeah, everybody know my mouth can get with it, but it wasn't really anything like that. It was just that the devil, he came and he came strong. As you show your strength from God, that's when you are going to find so many people who are going to go through any means necessary to break that joy. They are going to do anything necessary so that they can try to let you so that they can try to make you think that God is not there for you. You were shown that Kanika Martin situation so it would prey on your compassion and your sympathy. But for most, it should have been a big wake up call. Kanika Martin is a tremendous wake up call. Not only is it talking about inappropriate things that little girls and boys should not be doing, but it also shows you inappropriate things that turn little girls into women with children, and that same cycle goes on and on and on and on. So now we're going, what do we do in order to stop these bondages? Hold on for a second. Let me go. So let me hit y'all up real quick because I know it's people that's gonna come back live. Now, um, I just figured out something today. Um, so people, we have been getting a lot of buffering. We have been getting a lot of buffering. We have been getting a lot of people thrown out. We have been getting a lot of people that just not able to view like they want to. Well, let me tell you what it is. It is that right now, I want to call it the YouTubers war. The YouTubers war. Let me say it again. The YouTubers war. What you have is you have certain people and they have loads of followers. And what they are doing is that they some people like just like you seen all of the Kanika Jenkins things being altered, things being edited, things not adding up. That's what's going on here. You have people that's playing with YouTube numbers. You got people who's playing with YouTube connections. You have people that's on here are going live from 2 to 3 different. It will be Facebook Live, it will be Instagram Live, and we will be on YouTube. So it is so funny because, like I said, I'm sitting here looking at these numbers, and as we went from high numbers, all of a sudden, these numbers dropped down to zero. Could it be me? I don't know. But it was some of my warriors on here who usually on here, and they sent through a message. So that's how I know things are being tampered with. We need to call on God a little bit more. Stop trying to take things into your own hands, because the more you try to take things into your own hand, the further away from that accomplishment that you want you're going to get. It's going to be turmoil, it's going to be pain, it's going to be confusion, and it's going to be a lot of darkness if you allow someone to take anyone to take you there. As we are going and things are happening, and maybe some of those people that were so close and near to our hearts, they maybe unintentionally, intentionally did something that was very hurtful to you. Give it to God and let it go. I know some people are saying, I don't think I can wait for God. It is so bad that I cannot, I need to do something myself. If your situation has gotten so bad that you feel like that you cannot wait on God, then you need to call the police, and hopefully you can start whatever process from there. But through this whole time, this incest, these inappropriate things, these kids playing the mommy daddy game, these strange things going on. There are signs when you have little girls and boys still using the bathroom on themselves until they're 11 and 12. Yeah, people like to call them bedwetters. Yeah, some people might have bedwetters, but those are signs that something is going on. Some people don't even know how to come out of a situation like this. And once again, I will say the way that you come out of any situation, and I do mean any situation, is through God, the only one God, the one God who sent his only begotten Son into sin to die for our sins. The devil is going to come, and as you get closer to God, he's going to come harder. Remember what I said to you guys. I said, my mind is so into God that the only thing that the devil could do was put pain on my body that reminded me when I was in that accident. And what happened? I was in pain that I could hardly move. I could hardly breathe. It took me back there. As I talked, as I cried, God was there for me in all ways, or I would not be right here in front of you right now telling you this story. You can make it through any and everything through God Almighty. There is nothing that God cannot take or put into your life. We are worried about some of the wrong things. We try to give, and we want to help everybody. And I'm not saying nothing's wrong with helping everybody. But the people you should be trying to help is yourself and your family, your kids, to make them aware of all these bondages that's been going on. That society now is trying to make everybody like, things happen. These things that are happening are not something that God is putting out there. These things are happening because these are the bondages, the curses that the devil has brought his darkness to. And like I said as well, you feel a certain kind of way because all that darkness that was forced upon you had made you turn to some dark things. But are you really willing to continue doing these dark things? That's something that you're going to have to discuss about with God. When you ask for justice for Kanika, let's start being real with ourselves. Are we asking for justice for Kanika, or are we asking for justice for ourselves? Maybe you need to sit back and pray on that. Because I hate to say it like this, guys, but no matter what they bring to light, no matter all the foul stories that they can tell about this girl and what they think, none of this will bring her back. The only way that I see justice is being done is her coming back. And that won't happen. So the justice that we're looking for is for whom? Is for ourselves. As we all know, it was many people who had a part to play with this situation. As you guys went back and re-edited those videos, you guys saw all those people who was up in there with Kanika. But let me ask you this. Did y'all see them two little baby girls that was being led through the hotel by the man? Short kind of man with almost looked like he had a little afro. Then did you see at first they thought it was the same girl, because the way that they had edited it, it looked like it was like he was there holding the girl hand. The girl had on the book bag and she had a piece of candy in her hand. Okay? Then it flashed over and the girl was on the other side. It was another girl on the other side with a piece of candy in her hand and a book bag. But guess what? And just to quickly look, it looked like the same little girl. But one little girl had a ponytail and the other little girl hair was short. Through Brad Farhall. Thank you. I don't even know who Brad Farhall is. I don't even know how I got on here. God got me on here. So as we looked through those all that editing, it was a lot more that was going on in that hotel that weekend. You seeing different people in that hotel through that whole time. We saw it with our own eyes. You want justice. Justice means the people who were at fault for this situation go to jail, or something happen. He shout you last one and said you should have. Oh, send me that back again, because could you resend me that one, because I didn't read it all. I just seen pieces of it. Whoever just sent me that message about the guy, and you said he gave me a shout out. Can you send me, excuse me, send me that message again so I can see it? So the thing is that right now, like I said, we are looking for justice. But once again, who are we looking for justice for? Maybe it's ourselves. Maybe it's our siblings. Maybe it's our cousins. That whole everything that went on at the Crown Plaza. Let me ask you this. If someone has a kitchen set up like a morgue, I don't think that was nothing that was saying, we just in case something accidentally happened, we gonna accidentally have the thing so we can drain blood and be able to contain stuff. Because if and you have to have stainless steel, and you have to have tables with holes in, I mean, mortuary stuff. What about those two little babies that was walking around? Where are they? Not only that, it's another woman who walked into the Crown Plaza Hotel, a white lady who never came out. So he gave you a shout out with your name last month saying, check you out, you should have more views. What, like I said, with these numbers, it's not, it could be YouTube, but it is people out there, other YouTubers, whom are playing with numbers. That's why I'm telling you guys, and that's what I've been doing. I've been setting it up. So therefore, yeah, it'll still broadcast from YouTube. But like I said, we will be on Instagram and we will be on Facebook Live. That's where we'll be going. Because you know what? These people, and let me tell you, when I start buffering really bad is when the most important things are coming out. Oh, the devil is very crafty, and so are his followers. I saw this one guy, and you know what? I'm not going to call out any names. But it's this one person who's lying. I was going to say fabricating. Let's call the kettle black. He's lying. He's putting people in danger. He's making up things. He's making up things. He has followers. They're going in there and they're playing with those numbers. That's why all the buffering comes. That's why all this stuff is coming. This guy, his how you said, his Weibos are so big. He been going to people houses, calling them out. Let me tell you something. That's the biggest no-no that's the biggest no-no. You do not. So everybody, you want to say something wrong with Trump. Trump crazy. Trump got problems. Trump doing that. But you got people, because what? Because he's always trying to take somebody's constitutional rights, right? So now you got a YouTuber and his followers going to people's homes, calling them out, ready to fight. And this is supposed to be a man of God. When does God start doing stuff like that? When does God start saying, go over there and kill him? God has never said that. God has said, I will take care of them. You don't worry about it. You keep your eyes forward and you keep going. But you don't worry about it. I got it. See, that's what type of God we serve. We serve a God that's going to say, you keep on doing what you're supposed to do, baby. I love you. Keep praising my name. Keep doing right by me. And I will provide all. He will provide all. He has provided all. And you know one thing that he will provide that you never thought he would be able to provide? That's the sound of mine. That's the sound of mine. When you can wake up and smile. Did those pictures that I just showed y'all from yesterday look like I want to smile? Somebody that I've known almost close to 10 years, a person that I was going to marry. Don't that sound in this is not like, oh, you must have seen this coming. It was stuff like this that happened before. Nothing like this ever happened before. Never. Never. But I am here to say that even though nothing like this has ever happened before, you do it one time, you're probably going to do it again. God showed me. He showed me. Like I said, some people, you can tell them, don't go down that road. Because if you go down that road, somebody going to punch you in the head and you're going to be messed up. I'm one of those people who got to walk and say, what happened? Boop. Oh, gee, you was talking to me? Yeah. So I tried to take matters into my own hands because I feel like I can give him something. I can provide him this. I am not here for that. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to belittle nobody. But this guy, he is before I would never go out with a guy like him. I like a type of particular guy. But when I got with him, I said, I'm going to stop being so bodily, fleshly, and I'm going to start looking at people's hearts. And that's what I thought I did. But one thing that I forgot to do as things went on, I forgot to give that situation to God. I tried to take that into my own hands. I don't have a problem meeting a guy. I don't have a problem keeping a guy. I do have a problem with people who do not have godly ways. I do have a problem with people who don't like to go to church. I do have a problem with people who I ask to go to church with me and you want to roll, look like you just rolled out the bed and didn't even wash your face and go to church with me. I don't do that. So, with things like that, things are put in front of you. It's on what do you want to observe. As far as Kanika Martin, what did you observe? Everybody had their own story. And then after everybody had their own story, they came back with the same stuff. They came back with the same. Look at all these pictures. All these pictures is all the same. There is nothing new out at all. But what they coming back and saying the most foulest stuff about this little girl who dead. Why do we do so now she dead? We want to go back and say her mama had her sleeping with some boy in her room in her house when she was 15 and she was okay with that. Her mama took her to, it don't matter. None of that is going to bring that baby back. But if you looking into it like that because of something from you, that's a different story. If you the person that needs to heal, that's between you and God. And if you don't know how to heal and you don't know how to go that way, that's why certain people are put in your path so that they can help you. When you get things from God and he give you blessings and gifts and he show you different way, those things are not for you to hold like, I'm not sharing this with nobody. Those things are for you to share so you can have people walk closer with God, with you. So therefore, all these curses and everything else can. Marianne Williams, you have just said it. You have just, what I said before. How you sitting up there throwing stones at this lady house, and your house is made of the thinnest glass it is. You sitting up there, oh, this happened. She did that. That went on. She was sleeping with that. She had an old man. She did. That's justice? Because maybe we got different words of justice. And yes, I'm taking medicine because what? I'm in pain. But it does not matter because through God, all, and I mean all things are possible. That broken heart, possible, unbroken. Those hurtful things, God got it. Those kids that you don't think that's listening to you, God got it. That person that you want to love and you think that person is so good for you, ask God. When you do things and you have people that come and fake the funk, some are Lucifer followers. Oh, we so godly. We love Jesus. But, what? Let me tell you something. A lot, and I do mean a lot, of Lucifer followers know the Bible just as well as you do. Lucifer followers know how to get to the meat of your heart, to break it just as well as anybody else do. The thing is that do you allow these things to happen? Do you keep letting these people distract you? Because yes, we talking about Kanika Martin, right? Right? But in all actuality, do you guys really know how many people died up out that at that hotel that weekend? Do you? Yeah. Sorry, y'all. Just do you? Let me tell you. My number could be one off or one on. 6. 6. What you mean 6? Okay, let me explain my numbers to you. The 2 little girls, that's 2. Kanika, that's 3. The girl who died in the accident, that's 4. The lady who came up there that didn't come out, that's 5. And then it was one more person, 6. Nobody noticed any of these things because they played on our hearts. They played on something, and what did they do? Out of all those people that something happened to, who did they go for? Who did they show you for? The girl who had inappropriate things going on in her life. And since technology, that's why didn't nobody want to give up that phone. Out of all those people who died, you get the person who has the most inappropriate stuff going on, and you try to so-called like put it on them. That happened, but if she wouldn't have been what they say. So I want to make sure that I don't wind up in the freezer. And what the little reception said, well, if you don't get drunk and walk around the hallways, then you won't wind up in the freezer. And everybody was like, no, they didn't. Yeah, they did. But once again, all these tapes that have been unedited, you have seen these things for yourself. Haven't you? You've seen them. You've seen the tapes that was edited. You've seen several, not one, two, three, four, several people unedited, not people who just play around, people who do this for a job. You've seen Monifa and Shamaya carrying Kanika. You seen when they came up out that elevator, and you seen Monifa ponytail in the back of Kanika because they was holding her up like she was. Maybe I'm talking too much. Let me stop before somebody come in the wrath of God got to come and show something on them. When we go through these things, the justice that you should be looking for is justice for your kids. It's justice for you. Everybody sitting up here who is talking about, everybody right now that's up on here that want justice for Kanika, and they've been sitting here crying night after night after night after night after night after night. They are so hurt because they have been through the same thing. Now it's to the point you seeing this, you see the justice, but you don't feel no justice. Now you wondering, how do you get justice? You want to take things into your own hands, because them people who did them inappropriate things to draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. Let me tell you something, Marianne. God don't leave you. You leave God. When they say the things that you do to get closer to God, the things you do to get closer to God is praise him, is keep his commandments, is do things by God and do things in godly ways. God ain't went nowhere. Did you think when I was laying on that ground, when that boy did all that I was like, God just left me? God, how you let him do this? He just left me. God did not go nowhere, or I would not be right here now talking to you. Yes, did I get in fleshly ways? I sure did. Yes, I tried to take matters into my own hands, and God showed me. Nope. Oh, you can try to take things in your own hand, but they ain't gonna go right. You can try to do things out of emotions. Oh, they definitely ain't going right. You want justice for yourself, but you trying to get it through somebody else. Look at yourself in the mirror and figure out what's hurting you. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be so hurt. And nothing is going to, I tell you what's going to take the hurt away. That's not God. Drugs, alcohol, rock and roll. I'm just lying. I like saying rock and roll sometimes. But drugs, liquor, making yourself numb. Didn't you see on there how all these kids, they walking around with this bottle? They got baby bottles. And in these baby bottles, you know how we used to sing, you want that syrup, and it was just liquid codeine. Now they have taken this to a whole nother, these kids didn't take everything to a whole nother level. I don't even know how that's why they probably can't spell right, because they so messed up. They out here doing stuff, and we kind of let things go because, first of all, you don't really want to say you doing drugs. Who you hanging with? And it's a battle to have to every day fight with your kid. Did you do what I told you? Or did you do that? Did you do? And so sometimes you let things pass because Eden, Who eating Tide Pods? Exactly, Marianne. We need a way to reach these kids. Now, before, what do we say? It takes a community to raise a child. But what has happened is, once again, everybody has been, these kids have been desensitized. Like before, you do something. When I grew up, if I did something bad at school, please believe I got hit with that ruler at school. When I got home, I got another beating from my mama. Then when my daddy got home, I got another beating. Then I was on punishment that whole week. I had to do dishes that whole month. Came back, people at the church saying, I know you got in trouble. Your mama told me you got a whipping last night. You better not do nothing, else I'm telling again. But now everybody want to be cool. Oh no, she gonna do this for me. And so now the school's telling the kids, if your parent hits you, you call the police. That's child abuse. They even want to tell you, don't yell at your child because that's a form of abuse. They want to tell you that the kids can't do this. You can't do this to your kid. You can't say this to your kid. You can't do this to your kid. Yeah, but then when that kid gets to a certain age and growing up and messing up that school, fighting and everything, they want to keep calling you up there. Your son this, your son that, your daughter this, your daughter that. And me, myself personally, I'm gonna be like, well, you was the one who told them they could do all this, so seems like your problem. You told them they could come to school and cuss and act like they fools, right? You told them it's okay for them to be in a gang and da 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 da. Right. They want your kids running wild because guess what? When they start eliminating them and killing our kids, what's the first thing they're going to say? We feared our life. You feared your life from a 16-year-old? You feared your life from a 14? You feared your life from a 12-year-old handicapped person? If you do not know what times we are living in, then I encourage you to read Revelations. If you don't have a clue what's going on, and let you guys know, it has already started. Are you that distracted that you haven't seen a sign? You haven't seen any of the signs either. You're distracted. First thing we want to do, we're so distracted. Then we want to sit up there and talk about people. Oh, they think they this and they think they that. When the only thing that they trying to do, Marianne, love. Read Revelations, baby. And go and start reading your Bible because it has already started. It has already started. This world, this year, as we have seen as the beginning, the last of 2017, there are going to be not little things that happen, but very big things that happen. Historical things that happen. Because what the people want, the people who are greedy, the people who are dark, the people, even rappers, everything. People coming out and they just right out saying, I love Lucifer. What? They got commercials? I'm sorry. I want one of them Taco Bell little chicken rolled up things. But not eating nothing from Taco Bell. It's on what you willing to. It's on, that's that justice. What are you willing to do to get justice? What are you willing to do to put your little sense in this world? If you keep turning your head and acting like you don't see nothing, then you're not doing what God wanted you to do. And I do believe that was in Isaiah when he said, if you see it, you need to sound off like a trumpet. Let me tell you something, Marianne. We are all human, okay? We are all human. You are not a fool to make a mistake, but you are a fool if you do not learn from that mistake. God gave us mercy and grace. Mercy and grace. He knows that the devil is crafty. He knows he's going to come after you. Now, the thing is that at that time, you might not have known what to do to get out of that dark. And we all do. There's not one person on this earth who can say they have never fell into dark time. It's not one. And if it's somebody on here right now that say, it wasn't me, I always been godly, and that's what I do, I ain't did nothing dark. Well, what about that gossiping? What about talking about people behind their back? The thing is that yes, you may have fallen away and got into worldly things and kind of put God on the side. But guess what? You back to him now. You back to him now. And guess what? Until the day you die, you will, every day, you have to try to get closer to God. There is no I'm close to the Lord. All know. He know what type of drawers I wear. I know how he feel. We good. Hallelujah. No, no, and no. Every day, no matter, I don't care if you're 155 years old, you are still walking to get closer to God, no matter what you say. I just wanted to come on here today because I wanted to show you guys one thing. I wanted to show y'all how good our God is. I wanted to show y'all what God would do. Do we need to go back again? Because yesterday, yesterday, yeah, he thought he won. He thought he won. He never won because God has control. And I know my God. And I know no matter what I go through, he is going to be there and he is going to deliver. You know something, and people might call me crazy. But did you get a restraining order? Did you do that? I did something that was so much better than a restraining order. I prayed for him. And I'm going to keep praying for him. Because the wrath of God is not nice. And I read how God handled things. And I'd be like, Lord, could you just please not, maybe, Lord Jesus, please have mercy on them. God wrath. You talking about police. God's wrath. That's what you should be scared of. So, once again, like I said, I am here today to tell you guys, we are back on. As far as praise and worship, we are back on. We are about to do this. I felt a little bad. And like I said, devil been playing with me for a minute with this pinched nerve and all this things happening back to back to back. And remember, the thing that I said is what? The only thing that the devil can mess with is my body. And what he do? He came and he came hard. But my God is so much better. So come back. Join me back. Subscribe. Listen and look at the description below. Look at the other channels that we are on. Because like I said, too many people playing games on this YouTube. So like I said, we will be on Facebook. And on Facebook, it is IAKJSIS. If you go into the description, you will see everything in there that you need to do. We won't be broadcasting live from those places today, but sometime this week we will start that. So please, guys, please remember, include God in everything you do. If you need to talk, if you need to pray, if maybe you don't know how to say what you need to say, look at that description box. It's a phone number on there, 504-421-3530. We are always here. It's just not me. We have other people too. Use those numbers. Decide. Make a decision to walk closer to God because He is already there for you. Make that decision. Include Him in everything you do in life. Everything. And you will be protected and your family will be protected. Stop listening to all those rumors and that gossip and look at what's going on within yourself and within your house. And you start there and then continue on. Hopefully, I will have the strength to come back and do a real show tonight and show you how we really do. But as of right now, I needed to drop that message to y'all. I have also set up some lovely new things. Go to Instagram and look at it. It's the bomb. Well, it might not be the bomb, but I think it is. Anyway, go check on that. Do that. Use the number. I'm here. And hit the subscription. Hit the subscribe button so you'll know when I go live. Because like I said, my times are like iffy right now. So do that. I love you guys. Stay blessed and keep God's name on your lips at all times. Remember, you have something much more powerful than the devil, which is free will. I love you too, Janika. You have more power than the devil. Exercise it. I didn't say have an exorcism. I said exercise it. That means if something come to you and you know it's dark, you need to tell them, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus right now. You need to get up out of here. You look on Instagram, I got seal it in the mighty name of Jesus. And I put it like in this like bottle. I'm working on some things like that because I think it's so crafty. And like I said, even though guys may not see me on here, I'm still doing and the things I'm not doing things on here, but on Instagram and Facebook. And for you guys who want to know, as far as baby, how y'all love baby about to have her own Facebook page. So I'm just telling you guys, stay prayed up, keep God on your lips, and ask Him for everything that you can. He will deliver. I love you guys, and stay blessed.